if I had $1,000 to invest, how would I turn that into $10,000 by creating and selling an online course? Well, in this video, I'm going to be sharing with you exactly that, exactly what I would be doing to turn this into this. Now, of course, this isn't real money. It's actually play money. It says it right there. It's just for kids who want to have a good time when they're playing with their friends. But in this episode, I'm going to be sharing with you how to do the real thing, how to turn $1,000 which you can invest into an online business into that $10,000 in income. Not just 1 month, but month after month after month after month. Now, if you don't know who I am by now, hi, I'm James Francis. Nice to meet you. Welcome to the show. Since 2008, I've made over $3.4 million online by selling online courses and digital products, including video courses, ebooks, PDFs, that kind of stuff, but also fully fledged courses and coaching programs as well. So low ticket stuff and high ticket stuff. And I've helped hundreds of other people around the world do the same as well, making 5-figure months every single month. And in this episode, I want to share with you exactly how I would invest wisely that $1,000 into a $10,000 per month online income. And I might not even spend the whole thing. So before we get into what we should be investing our money into, first I want to talk about what we should not be spending our money on at this very early stage of your online business. So first, I would not be wasting my money on equipment. So stuff like a really fancy laptop or a really good camera that records in 8K or a really good microphone or anything like that. Typically, you can get by with just basic equipment, which we'll talk about very shortly. And also, you should not be thinking about comfort when starting your online business. And I know that's a bit of a weird thing to say, right? Like, James, what do you mean comfort? Well, what I mean is like fancy furniture or a really comfortable chair to sit on and stuff like that, because you can often get by once you've made your first $1,000 or $2,000 in profit, and then you buy that kind of stuff, right? The most important thing is just to get off the ground. So basically, anything which does not directly correlate to making a profit should be kept on the back burner until you can afford it from your profit. Now let's get into what I would invest my money in to make that $10,000 as fast as possible. So first, you need a proven strategy to follow instead of just guessing and hoping for the best. Now, it goes without saying that most beginners get nowhere because they try and do everything themselves and they lack the experience and the context to start seeing results quickly. You might as well just be, throwing your money down the toilet, because honestly, it is not going to be worth it, right? That's pretty fun to do, right? But it's not really going to be worth your time, your effort, and it's just going to be frustrating, and you're not going to be very productive on the things that actually matter to move the needle forward and increase that profit. So where do you get this strategy from? Well, I would advise against watching YouTube videos and trying to piece everything together, because honestly, everything contradicts each other. In fact, some of the stuff I'm telling you right now might have contradicted what somebody else thinks, because everything is based on experience and opinion, right? If you're trying to bolt everything together, you end up with a patchwork quilt of confusion and frustration, and nothing works. Instead, I would recommend getting an online course or coaching program which walks you through everything from the very beginning all the way through to the end of the process. That way you can follow the steps step by step by step and get to your end goal. Now, of course, you can try and figure everything out for yourself, but I guarantee it will take you about 10 times longer and you'll spend way much more money. In fact, way more than the $1,000 which you had to invest in the first place, and then you'll have nothing to show for it. Now, while you can spend less than $100 on an online course to get you from A to B, I guarantee it's not going to be very good. Otherwise, they wouldn't be charging less than $100 for it. So you can try that if you want to, but I would prefer you to spend anywhere from $100 to $500 on your first online course to at least get the bare bones of a blueprint which is proven to get you from A to B. Now, if you do have a bit more to spend or invest in your online business and your future results, then I would recommend checking out one of our online courses. The link is in the description below, or if you're watching elsewhere, just go to digitalprosperity.com and have a look at what we offer. But either way, if you buy our stuff or anyone else's, any of our competitors, I'd prefer you do that than just trying to figure everything out for yourself. Next, because it's an online business, you need to actually be online, right? So to do this, you need to have a web hosting account. Now, I don't recommend the free website builders like Wix because they place lots of advertisements on there and it makes you look super amateur. A much better option is to have your own website on your own hosting account. Now, the web hosting company that we use and recommend is A2 Hosting. You can find the link for that in the description below, or just Google A2 Hosting. It's okay either way. And that is actually about $16 a month. So not really breaking the bank or anything like that, especially if you consider it's the equivalent to your storefront, which you would usually have to pay for if you had an offline or real world business where you have a physical storefront that could cost you hundreds or thousands a month. Whereas web web hosting is like 16 bucks, it's nothing really. And often these web hosting companies will try and get you as a customer by offering a free domain name, which is what people type into their web address or click on the links to visit your website, which connects to your hosting account. So 16 bucks is not too shabby. Next, I would prioritize building your own email audience instead of just relying on social media and hoping things continue to go well, or if you haven't started yet, that something picks up and that you take off or go viral, right? Whereas with your own audience, it means that you can send emails whenever you want. It goes to the top of their email inbox and you're not relying on an algorithm to make sure that your content gets distributed to your followers and everyone else, right? Now, the service we recommend for our clients is called ActiveCampaign, and that is roughly $15 a month. Just make sure that you select the monthly payment option, the light version, and up to 500 subscribers, and it'll be 15 bucks for you as of the time of recording this video. Next, we want to start building your audience on your email list, and the best way that I've found to do this for free is by using social media, specifically TikTok, Instagram Reels, and Facebook, in that order. You can do some YouTube stuff as well if you like, but it typically takes a bit longer to start, getting established and start getting some traffic from it. So if you're wanting to get results ASAP, I would recommend starting with TikTok and then Instagram Reels, which are really taking off right now. Instagram is really prioritizing video on their platform, and then Facebook, which is kind of a dying platform if you ask me, but I think it still has great potential, especially if it only takes you an extra 5 seconds to just, cross-post something on there. And on these platforms, you want to be posting relevant content related to your niche every single day of the week minimum. If you can post multiple times per day, like 2 times per day, 4 times per day, that will grow your account much faster than it would if you were to just post once a week. It will take you forever if you post once a week, but if you're doing this consistently and regularly and with great volume, making sure the quality is still good, you should start to build that audience very, very quickly. Next, if you're not sure what to post on those platforms, I would recommend a nice mix of 3 different types of content. First, inspirational story-based content. So you talking about your experiences, your struggles, and maybe your own thoughts and opinions on a certain topic or something which is popular in the news, your own take on it. The second type is something which is funny, something which makes people laugh related to your niche, trending sounds, that kind of stuff. And the third thing is instructional-based content, how to do this thing. By doing that, you will gain a lot of intelligence and insights into your market and specifically what they are looking to buy. Once you know your ideal prospects like the back of your hand and specifically what they are looking to buy, then you can start to create your own online course. One of the most important things you need when creating an online course is good audio, and for that you need a microphone. Now, you don't need to go ahead and spend 500 bucks on a really good quality studio professional microphone. You can get one for just 35 bucks, which is called a lapel microphone and sits right here somewhere, and you just talk to the camera as usual and it picks up much better quality audio than you would just using the camera's built-in microphone. Or if you want a good quality microphone which gives you really good quality podcast style audio, then a Blue Yeti microphone is great for beginners, and it retails at about 115 bucks depending on where you buy it from, of course, and where you live in the world and stuff like that, but it sits on your desk and you just talk into it like normal, and that will give you great quality audio for your course. For the video, you don't need to go ahead and spend a huge amount on a fancy 4K camera or something like that. Instead, just use your cell phone. Go ahead and prop it up on a few boxes like that. Make sure you're using these back cameras instead of the front one. It will give you a much better quality video picture. And also, don't record like this. Please do not record upright like that. That's only for social media. Instead, flip it sideways and record that way. That is for, course videos, and you can get some pretty good quality video doing that. Now, if the place that you're planning on recording in is a little bit dark and you feel like it's not really that vibrant, I would recommend getting either a pair of softbox lights, which retail for about 75 bucks or so on Amazon or your local photography store, or if you're on more of a lower budget, then you can get away with a ring light, which is just a halo shaped light which you can put behind your camera, and that will illuminate you enough for it to look professional. Next, once you've recorded your course, it's now time to edit it, because it's rare that you will do the whole thing in one take, right? So go ahead and get something called DaVinci Resolve. It is 100% free, and you can use it to edit your videos without really knowing that much about video editing. And the stuff that you don't know can be found very easily on YouTube. You don't need to buy another course about how to do that. Anything tech-wise, you can find that on Google or YouTube. Once you've finished your online course, it's now time to upload it somewhere and sell it. Woohoo! I would recommend the free plan of Thinkific. Now, you can use Teachable and other platforms, but the free plan of Thinkific is incredible incredible for beginners. It has a very drag and drop user interface, very user friendly for a complete beginner, and has everything you need because you can hook that up with Stripe, which is a payment processor, which is actually free to begin with. You don't need to pay anything to, create your account or anything like that. It's not a monthly fee or anything. All you pay is a small percentage of each sale that you make to Stripe, and that's around 2 or 3%, so very reasonable. Next, we need to create the web pages which do the marketing in an automated way passively to sell your online course. Now, the software that I use for this is called ClickFunnels, and this is a 14-day free trial and then $97 per month. They do have a higher option which is more expensive, but I don't recommend paying it, especially if you are a complete beginner. Just go ahead and use the free trial with the $97 a month option, and that is everything you need. Using ClickFunnels, you can build a series of web pages called a sales funnel, which walks people through knowing nothing about you whatsoever into becoming an email subscriber and then into a customer or client. Now, again, going back to my recommendation for a good online course will show you specifically what web pages you need, what to say on them, i.e. the copywriting to persuade these people who've never heard of you to becoming a customer, and also everything in between. But as a bare minimum, you will need some sort of free content which people sign up to your email list for, and then a sales page which tells people exactly what they're going to get out of your online course, and then an order form, and then a thank you page or confirmation page which leads them to your members area which houses your online course. Once you have that online, we're now getting much closer to this $10,000 in profit because we need to start marketing that series of web pages or sales funnel to people who are interested in what you have to offer. Now, you know that social media audience we started building earlier in this plan to figure out what people actually want to buy before we started creating something? Well, we can now start sending those people through that series of web pages or sales funnel to become an email subscriber and then into a customer or client. Now, there are two main ways I would do this if I was starting from complete scratch with very little budget. The first way is I would put the link to my sales funnel into my bio section of each of my social media profiles. And I would say something like, click here to get your free, whatever it is that you're getting people to opt in for, basically for free. You know, that free content we spoke about? I would put a description about that very short in your bio and have people click on that link in the bio to join your email list and subsequently become a customer or client, okay? Now, I would also edit all of the captions or descriptions of all of your pieces of content which are already on your social media platforms and just add a little section at the end like PS, are you interested in whatever the goal is that you're trying to help people to achieve? Click the link in my bio to learn more, right? So you're just feeding or filtering people from your social media platforms into your email list and then subsequently to become a customer or client. Now, the second thing I would do is use a paid ads strategy called retargeting. Now, this basically allows you to show ads to everyone who has followed you on social media, everyone who has interacted with your content on social media, and so on and so on. Basically, anyone who has engaged with you in some way, shape, or form, you can show your ads to those people. And these people are going to be more pre-sold or warmed up compared to people who have never heard of you before. So I wouldn't waste money on proper advertising yet because you have a low budget, you want to start making some profit first. But this is a great way to grab that low-hanging fruit to those people who are ready to go ahead and buy your stuff, but just haven't really bit the bullet yet and made the jump. Once you've started to get a constant stream of good quality traffic from social media and any other paid advertising you decide to do at this point, you should look at your stats within ClickFunnels and see specifically what is working, what is not working, and fix the stuff that isn't working that well. That could be your bottleneck in the whole process. If this doesn't make a profit for you, it's not like the whole thing is broken, the whole thing doesn't work, quote unquote. That's like, taking a car to a mechanic and saying my car doesn't work. Like, which part specifically is it? Like, is it a part of the engine? Is it the exhaust? What is it? So essentially you review your stats, what's working, what's not working, optimize the stuff that isn't working, send more traffic and repeat. Do that over and over again until you start to increase your return on investment from your time and your money spent as well. Now, if we tally up all of the things we just spent money on, that comes in way below the $1,000 we initially budgeted for this online business at, drumroll please, $693, right? So you've got money left over to spend on advertising, to spend on that fancy office chair that you may want or something if your back's hurting or your ass is a bit sore. It's up to you, right? So you've got some money left over to do whatever you want with it to grow your business. I would recommend investing that back into paid advertising to grow, the amount of profit that you make and the ROI that you can generate as well. well. So, did you enjoy this episode? If you did, please go ahead and let me know what you thought in the comments below. I'll be happy to answer any questions you may have. And don't forget to hit the thumbs up button if that feature is available to you on YouTube or somewhere similar. And of course, don't forget to subscribe as well if you want to see more episodes like this. And finally, go ahead and check us out at digitalprosperity.com if you want a proven plan to make a huge profit online from your own online course. All right, I'll see you there. Have a great day.